All right, here's a quick little video on journaling. And journaling is something I've done for as long as I can remember. I journal food, I journal, any data associated with cardio that I do, distances, heart rate. I'm to keep track of my weight right now. I'm doing all kinds of different stuff. So you've got a lot of different options. You've got your standard like paper you can write on. You've got your computer, so you can keep a spreadsheet on your computer. You have these, and I bought two of these. I bought one, and then I ended up buying another one because I really like them. They're called Boogie Boards, and they're by a company called Blackboard. And what they are is they are these little notebooks, and this one, and so they come with these little templates. Like this is the dot template, and there's one that has lines. There's one that's just black, and it's just little pages you put in the back. And I actually put a post-it note in here. It's my get shit done post-it note. So I have a checklist each day that I run through. It's like stuff that I do in the morning, stuff that I do in the afternoon, stuff that I do in the evening. So I'm trying to get this chronologized in a chronological order. But the cool thing about these is, and I'll show you on the other one because I'm all set to erase that one. You've got this button here that allows you to erase it and basically start over, so you're not wasting any paper, and it's easy to just sort of create a template on the fly. So this is a little magnetic holder for your pen, which is kind of cool. This is just a stylus basically, but you write, whatever you're journaling during the course of the day. This is my food, so this is everything that I eat basically throughout the day. And I keep track of water as well. And every time I have a water on here, I always use 20-ounce bottles. It just keeps it simple. So I know, looking at this, that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 waters at 20 ounces each. That's 80 ounces. If I'm taking electrolytes with them, like I have these electrolyte capsules, I write that I'm taking electrolytes. If I do apple cider vinegar as a capsule, I write it there as well. And then this is also my stuff that I eat during the day, the amount of coffee that I have. There's a 4 Sigmatic mushroom coffee there, another regular coffee. I'm not really working on my caffeine as much right now, but and then over on the right-hand side, what I've started to do is this is how many calories I'm at that point in the day. So as of lunch, 12:30, I had a fajita bowl. So that had guacamole as well, and some cheese to get the fat up because I'm doing keto. That ended up being 864 calories. I added an ounce of macadamia nuts at 3:30, so then the balance is 1068. I had meatloaf for dinner at 5:30 and asparagus. That ended up being a balance of 1401. So I added like 400 calories to that, so now it's 1400. The thing I didn't write down before I went to sleep for the night was I had some almond butter and celery at around 7 o'clock. So I'm doing intermittent fasting as well, which means I'm not eating until after 12, and I'm not eating after 8. Again, that last snack was at about 7:30 or so. So the cool thing about this is I just kind of keep track of things. So this is almost like a mindfulness exercise during the day so that I know what I'm getting. And if I have a really bad weigh-in the next morning, or I'm not in ketosis or whatever, or my numbers are all messed up, I can look back at it and I can go, all right, well, what did I have that was different? What did I have that might have thrown my numbers off? But then you just basically take this button over here, push the button, and it clears it out. So now you can write on it again, write whatever you want, blah, 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 and then I did investments. Like something like that. So you can take a picture of this as well. There's an app so that you can actually keep these as like journal pages if you wanted to, which is cool as well. This is an 8.5 by 11. It's like a standard sheet of paper, and this is like a 6 by 8 or something like that. But the cool thing about these is, I like to print out templates so that I have a certain grid system that I use, or certain lines, or a certain organization of boxes with lists and things like this. So with this, I can just sort of start over every day, try and figure out what I want to do, and get to the point where I'm consistently using the same template, or I'm tracking the same data. And then I can consider maybe going to like a hard copy. But the question you have to ask yourself, and where we're going to end with all of this, is what are you going to do with all this data? So with this is sort of a mindfulness exercise for me. This is what I'm eating during the day. Helps me to keep track of things. This is a to-do list. So these are the checklist of things that I've gotten done during the day. And that includes a morning meditation. It includes making sure I get vitamins, making sure that I am, doing I'm doing a light therapy thing in the morning because it's that time of the year where you've got that seasonal affective personality disorder or mood disorder or whatever. Reading is on here, so that's part of my nighttime routine. So that's just all the stuff that that I do during the day. So it's good to have that in that sort of a format where I can just check it off. And I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to go back and go, all right, I want to audit 2 weeks ago my checklists from that week and see what I did and didn't do, because I'm not micromanaging it to the point where I'm trying to make sure that everything gets done every day, and if I miss a day, then I'm going to obsess over it, because that's the best way to stress yourself out. So figure out what you want to journal, figure out how you want to journal it, figure out whether you want to be able to look back at that data and use it for anything else, or whether it's just sort of a mindfulness exercise or an exercise to keep you on track and make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do during the course of the day. But check these out. These are a good option, and they're working out good so far, but the idea is that I'm trying to sort of refine these to the point where maybe I do actually have like a paper template and print out like a notebook or something like that. So there's the tip for today.